What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mahanddrum Whiskey Room. I am Jason C. It is Whiskey Wednesday night. Good to be back, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm Jason C. Welcome to the Mahanddrum Whiskey Room. It is Whiskey Wednesday night right here, right now. Man, did I miss you guys. 2 weeks of traveling, both for work, a little bit of pleasure kind of wrapped in there. So part going to Vegas for work, but then staying a little bit extra time with the girlfriend to spend some time together and do some fun stuff, including a helicopter ride into Grand Canyon. That was crazy. Going to see Red Rock Canyon out in Vegas as well. Doing some stuff just outside of Vegas that I didn't actually never really realized how close it was. So it was pretty cool to do that. Last week was in Boston. So I was in downtown Boston hanging out, doing some stuff for work there. I got to see a bunch of sites while I was there as well, and I was hoping to get back last week and do a live stream as soon as I got back home, but I was friggin' exhausted. So good to be back. Just relax a little bit, take some time off. Glad to come back tonight, hang out with you guys. I got some really cool new bottles that I haven't been able to dive into, so I figured, why not just dive in tonight with you guys? So let's see what's going on in the chat. Let's see, say hi to folks here. Bunch of people coming in already. Tim Gorgeous, of course, is here. Happy Whiskey Wednesday, buddy. Alan Pawlowski, what's going on? Whiskey Nose already kicking it off today. C. Lance here. Ham Turkey, what's going on, bud? Ben Hernandez, good to see you guys. William Wiley drinking something different today. Dungeons and Drams, what's going on? That's probably Bill. If you guys have not subscribed to our little other fun channel, Dungeons and Drams, if you enjoy Dungeons and Dragons, definitely check it out. Brett Marquette in the house. What's going on, Brett? Nice to see you as always. Justin Jenkins is here. Kenneth Rathburn, interested to hear Jason's thoughts on the JD Bonnet and WM Tarr. We're about to attack that right in the glass right here. We're just going to kick it off, guys. Let's see here. Four Roses, just saying. Whiskey Juice is in the house. What's going on, man? Cameron Lochner's here. Joe NYC. Yeah, good to see everybody, man. This is awesome. Saucy Shane is, I'll be sipping some Hard Truth, Sweet Mash Rye, and the new JD tonight as well. Awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited to get into that. Hey, what's up, Adam? Nice to see you, bud. JG Whiskey Cheers. What's going on, bud? Yeah, stay safe, Whiskey Juice. If you see the siren go off, please go hide. He's under a tornado watch, apparently, with some hail and shit. Slipshot is here. I'm sorry, Slapshot. What's going on, man? Chris Abuzalencia. Always good to see you, bud. What else is going on here? Whiskey Mountains. What is going on? Nice to see Audriana in the house. Stacy H is here. Nice to see you as well. Let's see here. Old Scratch is in the house. Literally watching the Coy Hill review and this notification popped up. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I like that Coy Hill for sure. I don't think it's worth the crazy markups that people are charging for it, but it's pretty cool. Hey, what's up? WJK's in the house. Blood Oath 8 passed on it twice last week. Well, we're going to check it out tonight, Adam. Digging that intro. Thanks so much, Cameron. Steve A is here. What's going on, man? Let's see. Old Man Bourbon. Been a while. See you. Yep. Good to see everybody, man. That's right. Match the like early. Thank you, Emily Chambers. Get your butter. Keith J. I feel like I should lower the house lights with that intro music. You might have to. Scott, my bourbon journey. Brother from another mother. The Hawk himself is here. What's going on, bud? Karen B. Ford's in the house. How you doing, Karen? Who is this? New channel? Yeah, I know it's been a while. That's right. We got the new Big Vic shirt on tonight. So Big Vic's backyard bullshit. I think I missed the super chat up earlier. I want to say thank you to Parr 435320002. Thank you so much for the super sticker and the $10 super chat. Kicking it off. Thanks so much. Oh, there's Big Vic. There you go, Big Vic. I'm representing the shirt. Thanks for sending that along. Really appreciate it. Jeffrey Whack Attack, what is going on, bud? Nice to see you, man. Adam Husted in the house. Todd Ritter, a bunch of people. What's up, M&D? Got a bunch of people, already 200. Oh, there's Big Vic. That shirt looks really good on you, Jason. Cheers. Appreciate it, man. Hey, Eric Evanson in the house. What's going on? Don't forget the water. I got the water right here, bud. Always got to have your water on hand. All right, so what are we diving into first tonight? Let's kick it off, guys. Let's get into this shit. I miss you guys. Let's see here. Hey, Sunday evening Scotch. When's the last time you've been in a live, man? Nice to see you, bud. You better be hanging out. Peter White, thousands of bottles, Blanton's Weller, ER, dropped in Ontario today. Taters are out enforcing ordering online. I did get a 107 because I like it. Nice. Peter White, I don't know if you got the samples I sent you left, but let me know if you did or not. I did drop them off. I don't know if Canada stopped them. Let me know. Yes. All right. So yeah. So Peter White actually brings up a good point. So let me say this before we get into our first whiskey of the night, which is, no, this shirt only comes in a schmedium. That's it. It makes the biceps look kind of bigger. Gotta like the schmedium. So the first bottle we're starting off here with is this new Jack Daniel's Bonded. And I do want to thank Jack Daniels for sending these along for me to do a review for. So if any of you guys have not seen this yet, this is the new Jack Daniel's Bonded, which is actually they're considering it a super premium line extension. So these are going to be regularly available for folks. Some pretty cool details on this. This actually has the same design. It's a throwback from 1895. So if you go back and look in some Jack Daniel's history, you will see very similar features on that bottle that you have on this one. My favorite little detail that you might miss is the top of the bottle, which actually says DSP Tennessee right there on the top, which I do like that little detail. Then on the back, established 1866. It has some more embossing in the glass bottle. So yeah, some cues from 1895 I thought worked really well. I do like the design. Let's see here. Excited for Jack Daniels. Okay. Yeah, it looks a little bit like Sinatra Jr. That's a good point, Nick. Which I actually did get one of those thanks to a buddy of mine in the chat. But we'll get there. Looking swole, JC. Dude, I just learned what swole meant like 2 weeks ago, so I appreciate it. Swole means you look a little bit jacked, so I'm getting there. Tim Gorgeous. Four roses. Cheers. you want that you want that Four Roses pick? Is that what you're talking about, man? Because it should be coming any day now. So back to Peter White. Thank you so much, Tim Gorgeous. That's why you're gorgeous. So Peter White brought up something. So last Saturday, I waited online at a liquor store locally to get my hands on the Blood Oath Pact 8 that we're going to be tasting tonight. And, I tend not to wait online too much anymore. Just, I can't stand it. But I feel like, I knew this particular store was going to have it. So I went and waited online. And I was kind of outside with a bunch of guys that were waiting online. And since I hadn't done it in so long, I figured, a couple of guys kind of knew who I was or recognized me from my reviews and stuff. So we were just kind of bullshitting. And basically, I asked them, I said, I was like, what are you guys waiting for these days? Like, what's everyone waiting for? And I shit you not, guys are still waiting online for Blanton's, Eagle Rare, Colonel Taylor, Buffalo Trace, whatever the fuck they can get from Buffalo Trace. It still blows my fucking mind. It really does. Like, I can't like wrap my head around it anymore. And I asked these guys, and most of these guys that I talked to obviously had extensive collections. They're bourbon hunters. They wait online for lots of different bottles. I'm like, why are you guys still waiting online for Blanton's and all this shit? Like, what is it? And I mean, I guess most of the answers I got was just rarity. It's all rarity. It's they want what they can't have. If you can't walk into a store and get it, you want what you can't have. And I know that's not a new realization or a new idea for anybody watching this show right now, because that's what we know bourbon hunting is these days. It's trying to get something as rare as possible that you can't always get. But it still just boggles my mind that there are folks still waiting online for the same old Buffalo Trace bottles that, I mean, it's crazy. It's really crazy to me. Really is. ADHD whiskey in the house. Waiting in line. You damn East Coasters are weird as hell. Online. On the line, in line. Yeah, waiting in line. Yeah, I was online. Not like on the internet online. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, Whiskey knows what's going on, Marty. Let's see here. Buffalo Trace's Tater Squad's Pirates have doubled since you last saw them. I guess so. Yeah, crazy about the line for Buffalo Trace stuff. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are seeing the same thing. I want Taylor because I love it, but I haven't had it in 2 years because I'm not going to pay secondary here. I mean, makes sense. They could satisfy that same craving by playing a video game with RNG mechanics. Let's see here. Nick Kentros in the house. What's up, buddy? Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, it's just like this thing, like Buffalo Trace, man. Just it doesn't end. You know, you would just figure, like, you walk into any liquor store now, and whether you want something allocated or whether, you know, you're trying to find something, like if you were to put yourself in the shoes of a beginning whiskey drinker right now, like think about walking into a store, not knowing anything about whiskey and looking at the shelves these days and how much shit there's available. If you didn't really know about Buffalo Trace, how difficult that would be. That would be like me, like throwing me in an aisle of tequila. I don't know shit about tequila, but there's so many these days. So that's like what I would feel like. I don't know what's good, what's hard to get, what's not hard to get, what's most coveted, what are the better brands, and no idea. But guys that still drink and taste whiskey and know what they like, still chasing Buffalo Trace shit. It's amazing. Buffalo Trace just killing the rarity marketing game. And then, as somebody mentioned in the chat, I started seeing some pictures. There was a Walmart drop somewhere. Virginia had a big drop. Florida. These different places had these big drops of all Buffalo Trace shit, and guys were lining up to get this stuff. It's like, oh my God, like enough's enough already. Jesus Lord. Yeah, it is extremely overwhelming for sure. What's up, Hendo? Nothing beats the King Tater with his horses around. Dude, that was Will Henderson texted me. It was Derby weekend, and there was a guy that was out drinking bourbon, and he had a necklace with all the Blanton's horses around the necklace. I mean, that is all he needed was a ring with the horsey on it, like a pinky ring with a big horsey on it, and he would have been King Tater. King fucking Tater. You should live in the town it's made. Oh, yeah, Todd. Yeah, totally. Yeah, Todd lives in Frankfort, Kentucky, and he knows how crazy it can get. Most whiskey tubers reporting 700 milliliter of the Bond and JD, but Louisiana is getting 1 liter bottles. Really? Interesting. I haven't seen the big ones yet. Yeah, if it's in a picture, it's already gone. That's generally the rule. Like, calm down. This is what they have. By the time you get there, everything is gone. Let's see here. I got my last bottle of Buffalo Trace in the duty free on Paris Front. I can't remember the last time I saw it in Ohio. Yeah, I mean, Par 435. That was part of the drop in Ohio we saw on Saturday was regular Buffalo Trace bottles coming in. So a few people getting that. Trace products right behind you, right? Yeah, but I mean, I got these so long ago. So like for me, like everybody says that, oh yeah, but you got Buffalo Trace products right behind you. I got those so long ago, and I haven't really had to buy anything Buffalo Trace in a long time because I honestly don't go to Buffalo Trace stuff very often. M&J and ADHD barrel picks, exactly. That's what I'm about, man. ADHD's barrel picks are fucking hitters. And then, yeah, if you like our barrel picks from Mash and Journey Whiskey Club, for sure. Yeah. If I didn't have to do reviews, I probably would just be chasing barrel picks, honestly, guys. Let's see here. Pop 'em, don't watch them. I did my JD Bond review with the 1 liter bottle. Louisiana, I got a 700 milliliter, only 1 liter. Oh shit! I gotta watch that and see those big ass bottles. He was trying to mix up the barrel and prime slot right behind you. Let's see the turkey shrine. Yeah, maybe I will make that a turkey barrel. So yeah, I could actually just move my turkey stuff that way. That's a good idea, Sunny Evening Scotch. I like the way you think. The only reason why that's all on that because that is actually a Buffalo Trace barrel cut in half. That's why I have all the Buffalo Trace stuff on it, but I don't mind putting turkey shit on it. Who cares? All right. So the deal with this, Jack Daniel's bonded. So this is the regular mash bill, looking at 80 corn, 12 barley, and 8% rye, but 100 proof. Now, they did release a duty-free version of this one, and I heard it's pretty similar, but, you know, we'll see. Yeah, oh, that makes sense. All right, let's get into this one here. So the best thing about this, guys, these are only like 30 to 35 bucks for this. I mean, that's the best thing you're going to get from Jack Daniels. You're going to get value for sure. It is. It is put through their maple charcoal filtration, which makes it a Tennessee whiskey. But these barrels, from what the barrels that were selected for this, what had an emphasis on whiskey that had darker and deeper color. So that's what went into the small batch of this bottle. So here we go. Oh, some jumped out of the glass on me. All right, so this is caramel banana for me on the nose. It's not that fake, like, you know, I always call it trail mix banana that I get on regular Old No. 7. This is more of a caramel drizzled banana. A lot of caramel on here. Let's see here. 45 bones where Andrew is. Interesting. Am I the only one that can't get Stag Junior retail when it drops? Jason Busey with a, he says, remember 4 months, can't find any Jack specials in Oklahoma, sucks. Oh, shit, man. Well, hopefully it makes it there. I mean, if Jack Daniels doesn't have the distributorship to get this out to most folks, and nobody does. Yeah, we're going to dive into the triple mash too, pop them. Little hint of barrel char too, but very caramel forward. You do get that little bit of banana, but it's more of a cooked down, almost caramelized banana note I get. Man, it's good to be back in the whiskey chair, guys. Good to be back in the whiskey room with you folks. Man, a little bit of cinnamon too. There's definitely some baking spice going on here. This is definitely a step up above the regular Old No. 7. I don't even think it's close. Man, smells great. Let's try it. Here we go, guys. And I will do a full review of this soon. I did want to try these first with you guys. Let the bottle open up a little bit before the full review. Cheers. Welcome back. It's Whiskey Wednesday, guys. Yes. Yeah. Ooh, I get a peanut nuttiness on the palate. Like a peanutty nuttiness variation I'm getting. And then on top of that, that little hint of banana, a lot of caramel drizzle. Man, that cinnamon really hits the back end, kind of the sides of the tongue. Ooh, and then on the very, very end, just vanilla extract, like in your face. Shit. It's pretty good. I'm usually a no on any JD with a banana note. I mean, it's still here. I don't think you're going to escape it. That's just their, you know, Brown Foreman, you walk into any of their tours and you walk around their mash tuns and their fermenters. I mean, it just smells like banana. Man. Yeah, there's a nutty characteristic to it. I mean, it's actually a tinge drying on the palate as well. But I do like that one a lot. Definitely a step up. I think fans of, I don't know, I think this is pretty different from Old No. 7. So fans of Old No. 7, I'm not sure how they'll take to this. Man, for the price, though, I mean, it's hard to beat this one, honestly. We have an early announcement. Alzheimer's fundraiser, July 10th. Oh, it's the day after my birthday. Big bottle giveaway and all the funds to Alzheimer's Association last year was amazing. It was amazing. So everybody look forward to that. Mark your calendars. Adriana, if you need any bottles to throw into the mix to raise charity, just let me know. I would love to donate. I do want to snag this soon. I'm seeing reports of it dropping around Indiana already. Peanutty Nuttiness was my favorite cartoon character from the 70s. Yeah, Peanutty Nuttiness. You guys, I love him. That's my favorite 80s band. Yeah, a little bit more oak and cinnamon is starting to come to the forefront a little bit too. It'd be interesting to compare this to the Old Forester 100, the Old Forester signature, the 100 proof. I feel like that'd be a good head-to-head. They're both relatively affordable, but the Old Forester 100 is even cheaper than this one. So it'd be kind of cool to go back and forth and try it. But I do think Jack Daniel's enthusiasts will actually really like this. It has much more spice, much more character, a little bit of a darker, richer feel and taste to it. I mean, for $35, it's just a damn good sipper. Nothing wrong with it at all. I dig it. I'd like to see how this opens up. If the spice and more of that cinnamon and the allspice kind of comes out a little bit more. But yeah, the only negative I'm getting is it's a tad bit drying. That's really about it. All right, first one down. Let's see. It looks like it's gonna. Yeah, so that's the other thing. This would be, I mean, going right head to head with the Jack Daniel's single barrel. Not the barrel proof, but the regular single barrel. Like to do a quick comparison in that. And when I do the review, I'll probably go into all those comparisons. Did anyone bet on Rich Strike? Dude, I'm so mad at myself. I was this close to betting on Rich Strike just because of the story. Like, it would have been funny if he won. I mean, you put $100 down on him, you would have won like $8,000. Shit. I was so pissed. I did bet on a couple of long shots, but not that much of a long shot. I had one long shot in the mix that was like kind of in the top 4 for a good amount of the race. But freaking Rich Strike came around, and I don't know if anybody saw the race, the Kentucky Derby, but man, it was interesting because you kind of see from the top when they had the top view of the race, and Rich Strike was kind of sandwiched in the middle. And once he got a little bit of room, he freaking went over to the left, kind of close to the rail, came back around, and just overtook everyone. It was insane. Such an exciting race. Let's see here. Yeah, come on, guys. Hit the like button while you're here hanging out. Really appreciate it. Definitely helps. Definitely helps it. Helps the channel. Helps the videos. Appreciate it. I picked so Sunny and Scotch. Taiba was one of the ones that I bet on as the long shot. So also did Tawny Port as a long shot. Clearly should have gone with Rich Strike. What a race. Yeah, it was incredible to watch. Yeah, such a smart jockey. Yeah. I didn't have any Woodford for the juleps. Used Old Granddad Botted. Damn good. Yeah. I was using Old Forester for my juleps, so it was good. All right. Let's go with the next one in these new Jack Daniel's lineups. This is one I'm really excited to try, which is the Jack Daniel's Triple Mash. So I haven't opened this bottle yet, so let's check it out. Nice and easy to open here. America. That's for you, ADHD whiskey. This one's a little light in color. I'm going to whip out the old dram cam so you guys can get a close view here. There's the dram cam. You see the color of this bottle, and here's there's the triple mash bottle right there. Yeah, focus up. There it is. So you have the triple mash. Pretty light color, not too dark, but you know, only 100 proof. This has an interesting blend, which we'll get into. So let's get into it here. Hey, Joseph Brazzer's in the house. What the hell are you all doing here? Nice to see you, man. Jelly legs the horses due to the pace. Yeah, maybe. There was a lot of analyzing going on after that race, like why he won, how he won. I don't know. It's just you never know. It was one of those races this year where there was no clear-cut favorite. Everybody had a chance. I think there were some favorites just based on recent racing history, but this other horse comes in and just friggin' destroys everyone. It was crazy. All right, so this out of the two is kind of the big standout that everyone's talking about. It's a triple mash. So this is a blended straight whiskey. It's an unlikely marriage of 3 straight bottled and bonds. So Jack Daniels, let's say it's 60% Jack Daniels Tennessee Rye, 20% Jack Daniels Tennessee Whiskey, and 20% Jack Daniels American Malt. So really interesting blend. I've been looking forward. I love these crazy blends. So yeah, I am. There's a few notes in here I'm maybe expecting to get, but we'll see if I get them. Let's see here. All right. Black Bourbon family's in the house. Raise your drinks up casually. How you doing, guys? Nice to see you. They were saying he was on that Rick James diet. What? I'm Rick James, bitch. Man, I missed that. All right. Let's go into the nose on the Jack Daniels triple mash here. I definitely get more of the rye on this nose, and I get a good amount of honey, too. I get rye, spice, and honey. Ooh, what was that other note I just got? Yeah, I'm getting the malt. Getting like a honey malt characteristic. Reminds me a little bit of Chattanooga 111. Man, cinnamon in this one too. I'm also picking up a slight hint of chocolate in this one as well, which is kind of nice. What does it see here? A blend of 3 straight with pleasant notes of honey, malt. Got the honey. Soft oak. Aged for at least 4 years, 100 proof. I mean, there is a maltiness to it, but I think there's a little bit of a chocolatiness. 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 There you go. Got it. Nailed it. Let's see here. Fuck your couch. Oh shit, Eugene Nassif's in the house. What is going on, Eugene? Cigar Boss is here. What's going on, buddy? How you doing, Eugene? Nice to see you, bud. Eugene, I got the samples that you sent from the next possible Obtainium barrel pick. I'll definitely be coordinating with you to check one of those. 2 pours in already slurring words. Sunny in the South, you try to say chocolatiness. Can't even say it. I still can't say it. Yeah, it says honey, malty, chocolatey. A little bit of that nuttiness too. That peanutty nuttiness from the 80s. Cheers. Ooh, I like that one. Oh, I like that one way better. This one's a little bit more interesting. This one, well, I mean, it is a blend, but it's got a little bit more going on from front to back on the palate. You kind of get all those waves. You get the rye spice, you get the sweet. You don't get much of that banana note that you would normally get with Jack Daniels. This is you're getting more of the honey and the malt, the chocolate. Shit. Picked up the triple match. Christopher Garrity, love the show, brother. Keep it up, Jason. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Curious about the Tarr review. I've heard so many good things about it. Yeah, we're going to probably get into that one next, I think. Yeah, I'm definitely, let me go back to the regular bonded here. Just do a quick side-by-side for you guys. So on the nose, to me, obviously this is coming off a little bit sweeter. It's more pure corn than the triple mash is. The triple mash, you're going to get a little bit more of the rye spice. Definitely the more maltiness. And I'm actually picking up a slight licorice note in this one as well. Little hint of licorice too. Like a licoricey, almost like sassafras root beer type thing going on. Man, for 30, 35 bucks? Try that again. This one has a little bit more of a grassy note to it as well in the palate. But I like the mix of the rye, the barley, a little chocolate. It definitely, I don't know, it just does more on the palate. Let's go back to the bonded, the regular bonded here. Yeah, just coming off this is like candy. It's a lot sweeter. But as far as 2 new releases from Jack Daniel's that are widely available or will eventually be widely available since they're going to be mainstays in our lineup for 30 to 35 bucks, shit. Really good. I mean, Jack Daniel's is just killing it lately with everything that they're working on. From the rye, the Coy Hill, we're still waiting the Coy Hill small batch rye. I mean, it's insane. So Jack Daniel's, I think, has 2 more winners here. Absolutely. Is Cream of Kentucky bottled in bond worth it? Can't say I've had the one. Can't say I've had the Cream of Kentucky bottled in bond. I still just have the first Cream of Kentucky release that ever came out, the 11.5-year Germologist's first. I think that's the only one I have right now, honestly. Blanton, straight from the barrel. Keep it or trade it? I don't know. Depends what the trade is, but I do love straight from the barrel. I think it's pretty damn good. Let's see. Blanton's. JD is doing things right, beyond impressed. Yeah. I actually think that the triple mash is the more interesting whiskey for me personally. I think there's just a little bit more going on with the malt, the honey, the spice, the blend, little sweetness, a little bit of licorice root beer on the very end. And the bonded, I think, is a little bit more classic Jack. You got the banana note, but it's a little bit deeper, darker caramel, chocolate, not chocolate, but cinnamon, and a lot of vanilla on the very back end of that one. A lot of good, like, vanilla infused, like, oak. So I think either of them for Jack lovers will be great. But I think for whiskey drinkers that have a little bit of an aversion to Jack Daniel's, because of that banana note, like we saw in the chat, the triple mash will probably be one that you would want to try, because not getting a lot of that banana note, I think it's just damn good. And it's really interesting for 35 bucks. So, yeah, I'm digging them, man. All right. Let's jump on over. I'm going to keep these over here so I don't get mixed up here. All right, let's see. Yeah, JD is doing things right, beyond impressed. Yeah, value, good production, good proof points. Yeah, and that's the thing. And they're just, I mean, ever since, I mean, they've been innovating before Chris Fletcher and Lexi Phillips got there. But, man, Chris Fletcher is just pushing the envelope, just all these different things that they're working on. He's doing a great job releasing. Let's see. Old Forester Birthday Bourbon 2021, crack it or trade it? I really liked Old Forester Birthday Bourbon 2021. I thought it was probably their best one in a couple years. So I feel like you should open it, enjoy it, share it with friends, grab it, pop it, enjoy it. Oh, Hard Truth next. Hard Truth you want me to do? In the chat, why don't you guys let me know, Hard Truth or the Tarr? Which one you want me to do next? I have the Tarr and I have this Hard Truth. I got courtesy of Todd Ritter in the chat. Thank you so much, bud. But this is the one that Fred Minnick has been waxing poetic about. So I have both of these that we can get into. Let me know in the chat which one you guys want to dive into first. We still have a Catoctin Creek rye that I want to try, and then to finish it off, the new Blood Oath for 2021. So Hard Truth, Tarr. Love that JD's working beyond on number 7. See, Pop, Lock, and Drop It. Tarr, Hard Truth. It's kind of even. It's kind of even, Steven. So we just came off kind of a high rye. So let me do the Tarr first. This way I can because then we're going to get to the ryes after this, which will be the Hard Truth and the Catoctin Creek. So that's what we'll do. All right, let me grab this right here. So while I'm pouring this, let's go through some new brands. I had to bring it tonight because there was a lot to catch up on. So as it's everyone's favorite segment, what's to see in the TTB. All right, all right, all right. Say it with your chest. Here we go, guys. All right, so as I got back from vacation, I saw a bunch of different labels hitting the TTB. I pulled some down that were a little bit more interesting to me, so let's check them out. First and foremost, a new brand that I have not seen yet, but I like the label, so I pulled it down. This is Brothers of the Leaf, Broadleaf Whiskey Company, straight rye whiskey finished in toasted white oak casks. Now this, I did grab the back of the label. So from the back of the label, it looks like that this is MGP. This is distilled in Indiana, but finished and bottled in Louisville, Kentucky. So another NGP, and not only do they have a rye, but they also have a bourbon. So this is the straight bourbon is finished in toasted French oak casks, which I'm very interested in. And then they have the straight rye whiskey that's finished in toasted white oak casks. So a couple new things to look out for. I don't know if anyone in the chat has seen those labels yet. If you have, let me know. I'm curious how those are. They were actually pretty newly on the TTB, so I'm not sure if they're out yet. But I would be on the lookout for that one. Oh shit, Dusty Dan in the house. What's going on, Dusty Dan? And Darrell Stewart is here. I got to hang out with Darrell Stewart in Boston. It was really good to see you, man. We were sipping Old Carter and hanging out at Biscuits and Bourbon. It was fun. Please, no more NGP. I feel like that's kind of getting to be the consensus, is people are just getting sick of all the NGP and a lot of the gimmicks. But that's where we are, unfortunately. And we'll get into that in a little bit. And I don't know if ADHD Whiskey is in the house still, but I saw this beautiful label come up on the TTB, the 100 proof blended whiskey. This label on the side actually talks a little bit about what Bardstown Bourbon Company is, but I believe that this is going to be the label for ADHD Whiskey's blend from winning World's Top Whiskey Taster. So if that's the case, I cannot wait to try this thing. I'm hoping that he makes it available to everyone with a private link or something. I hope it's not just available at the distillery, because I'll definitely just drive down to get it. But yeah, very excited for that one. Congrats again to ADHD Whiskey. That's going to be pretty cool. Yep. Let's see. Another. Where the heck is Biscuits and Bourbon in Boston? Live here and would love to know. Andrew Surfling, man, what the hell? It was like on like a really beautiful street, and down. It was kind of hidden. It was like down like below like a brownstone area. I forgot where the hell it was, Darrell. I don't remember. But yeah, it's called Biscuits and Bourbon. Definitely look it up. It's definitely a place you want to go to. It's pretty cool. Not a huge bourbon selection, but the food is all New Orleans inspired, and it's fantastic. Yep. All right. This one I'm really excited about, because you guys know when I'm not drinking whiskey, I am stout belly. I am the stout belly. It is a speakeasy. Yeah, I guess it's a speakeasy-ish. I didn't have to like knock on the door, or do some special password to get in. Me and Darrell just fucking walked in. This one right here, Sagamore Spirit Imperial Stout Belly Cask Finish. Yes. Yes. I'm all about this one right here. Pop him, don't watch him, already is judging. Pop him, no, the food was pretty legit. So I think you'd like it, man. Black Bourbon family, we're heading to Vegas on Sunday and need to know some places to get good bourbon. Black Bourbon family, there's a couple places. I will send you a message that I know of. Let's go Florida Panthers, says the Whiskey Reaper. Cheers, man. Great live so far. Awesome, man. Yeah, Sagamore Spirit Imperial Stout Cask Rye Finish. If you look at the back of the label, this is their 4-year-old blend of straight rye whiskey, spent an additional 13 months in rye-turned Imperial Stout beer barrels from Beguile Brewing. Imperial Stout beer and rye whiskey creates a final product cozier than flannel pajamas. Smooth on the palate with notes of roasted coffee and chocolate. Listen, you can talk about finishing gimmicks all you want. I am here for all the stout finishes. As many as you can do, send them here. I want all the stout finishes. I was a huge fan of the stout finish from Bardstown Bourbon Company, the founders, and I think I'm going to love that one. So I'm all about it. Give me the stout. Okay, another quick one that I saw. If you guys are into American single malts, McCarthy's is probably one of the best you're going to find out there. They're out in Oregon. This is the American single malt. They claim to be the first that came out with a single malt, and they were pretty early on in the American single malt resurrection, I would say, or birth, however you want to look at it. But they are releasing a PX Sherry Cask Finish, a 6-year, 100 proof American single malt. What I like about that is 100 proof is usually higher than what you see coming out of Scotland. You have a little bit of a further age or a further representation of what an age should be because you're aging in America rather than aging it in Scotland. So 6 years in a cask, you probably put that right up against a 10 to 12 year Scotch out of Scotland. So 6 years PX Sherry, which is what a lot of scotches are aged in relatively. So I'm excited to try that one. I just wish it was available here. I'm going to have to hunt for that one. Yeah, McCarthy's is really good stuff. Next one up, Iron Root Harbinger. So Iron Root, the award-winning distillery out of Denison, Texas, is coming out with a 115 proof straight bourbon whiskey finished in plantation rum casks. Now, Plantation is a very popular rum brand. And Iron Root Harbinger looks like they're taking some of those barrels and they're going to be finishing some of their Texas whiskey, their Texas bourbon, right inside a plantation rum cask. That should be a pretty interesting flavor profile. Texas whiskey coupled with, Texas bourbon, I think Iron Root, Balcones, Andalusia, and still Austin, still to me do it the best. I'm sure there's some others out there that I haven't really gotten to try, but those four are just standouts when it comes to their bourbon. They're not over oaked. They still give you a good balance of sweet and spice, a little bit of oak, not over oaked, which is sometimes what you get in Texas. But man, that profile finished with it in a plantation rum should be pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm with you, Todd Ritter. I want that badly. I'm gonna call and ask him if that is anywhere available soon. Next up, our friends at ASW looks like they're coming out with a version of the Fiddler finished in those Amburana casks. Now, Amburana is, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but Amburana is one of the casks that we see being used in Starlight. So Starlight is using those Brazilian Amburana barrels in some of their finishes. So this happens to be a pick from our good friend over at Rare Bird 101. This is his bourbon whiskey finished in Brazilian Amburana barrels. I think that's how you say it. And from what I've tasted, it just gives the whiskey like this crazy apple cinnamon note to me. It's all apple. It's cinnamon. It's apple fall candle in a glass. Let's look at the label here. So this is their bourbon finished in Amburana wood barrel. So I'm thinking it'll be somewhere along the line of the same thing, but it's good to see other distilleries messing around with the Amburana barrels for sure. Let's see here. I think that's what my coffee table's made out of. Another Bardstown label, the Origin series. So this is going to be their first bottled and bond whiskey from the Bardstown Bourbon Company label. This is all their own stuff. They said they were going to wait 6 years to launch their own whiskey, and here it is. 68% corn, 20% wheat, 12% malted barley. This is the wheated, bottled and bond bourbon from Bardstown Bourbon Company, and that should be hitting very soon. Very excited to try that. Their wheated bourbons we've been seeing in their blends in the not Discovery series, but in the Fusion series. We've been seeing their younger wheated bourbons integrated into those blends. So it'll be nice to be able to try to just drink it straight. I think they're doing great stuff with their wheateds as well. Hey, what's up, Trevor? Kunkel's in the house. We have 321 in the chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. And to all my patrons, really thank you for hanging out, supporting the channel. Love you guys so much. Thank you. JG says, speaking of the fruit, the M&J Peerless is fantastic. Dude, the Mash and Journey, our Peerless pick that we did, we named it Strawberry Grooves. This thing is getting rave reviews. Whoever tries it, it's absolutely phenomenal. I love this rye whiskey. I have a funny story about the bourbon, though, guys. So stay tuned for that. Pop 'em, don't watch 'em knows. Aaron Williams in the chat. Wes and I are watching together tonight. He just lost it over that Bardstown. We're loving the High West and Peerless, man. Oh, cheers, man. John W. says, smooches, Jason. Right back at you, bud. Smooches. Smooches. Rabbit Hole with, I don't know how you say this, Falls Run. Looks like they're putting out a 95 proof bourbon finished in cognac casks. So more. Are you guys sensing a pattern here? Most of these new whiskeys are all finishes. This is the state we're in. It's just all finishes, as many finishes as you could think of. Another Bardstown release, crazy. West Virginia Great Barrel Company, blended rye whiskey, finished in infrared toasted cherry oak barrels. So if you look at this, so this is, let's see, working with the West Virginia Great Barrel Company, the nation's most advanced cooperage, we filled cherry and oak hybrid barrels, charred using state-of-the-art infrared technology with 6-year-old Indiana rye for 10 weeks. We then blend 12-year-old Canadian whiskey for a flavor that is unlike anything you've tasted in this series. So, West Virginia Great Barrel Company, this is another collaboration. This is the next one. Really, that one just sounds really interesting. I mean, that sounds like it's going to be one of those ones where either you love it or hate it. Infrared, yeah. So infrared technology has been used by Maker's Mark in their 46, not their 46, but their private selects and some of the wood finishing series that they've done. I believe they cooked, I don't know if it was the FAE1 or the PR5 or SC4, the R2D2, whatever the hell they did. I think one of them was cooked with infrared. So it's just a way to cook, a different way to cook the staves to give it a little bit more richer flavor and texture. So, yeah, Minnick is going to love all the finished stuff. Oh, yes, Matthew Porter is here. Yes, Sandeep Chima. Lucky 7 is making fantastic. Well, they're not making it. They're bottling fantastic stuff for sure. That is the ADHD Whiskey says that is the label. It's a placeholder. Bottle will have my logo and everything, but gift shop only and just 170 bottles. Shit. Well, ADHD, I'm glad I'm a patron of yours because I want all the info because I just might drive down that day just to get it. So, shit. Saucy Shane says, I believe the P90X is an infrared chart. Shit. All right. And the last two labels we have will kind of, these kind of mess with me. This is the first one. Old Forester King Ranch. King Ranch. So Old Forester is releasing a proprietary batch using heavily charred barrels filtered through King Ranch mesquite charcoal. Mesquite. King Ranch. Mesquite. King Ranch. Long Branch. Mesquite. See where I'm going here? Wild Turkey Long Branch has been kind of the staple in the Long Branch line, in the Wild Turkey lineup. That it's a nice low proof. Matthew McConaughey's signature is right on it. Mesquite wanted to use a mesquite from his home state of Texas to kind of add a little bit of influence and flavor to that whiskey, which was his signature. Now it looks like Old Forester is coming out with their own version. Now, I don't know. Dusty Dan coming on the 2K live stream as a special guest. Yeah, whenever you have it, Dusty, I'll be there, man. I'll absolutely be there. So here's the back of the label, guys. Old Forester King Ranch Edition celebrates the union of two iconic American brands. Over 300 years of combined history, each is woven into the nation's fabric. The first bottle and bond bourbon and King Ranch, the birthplace of American ranching. This expression is a homage to the values that bring them together, including hard work, ingenuity, and lasting legacy. So I just find it really interesting that now we have a very large distiller, Old Forester. This isn't like a small distiller just, trying different shit with mesquite. This is Old Forester, and they're coming out with it looks like 105 proof. Now, I don't know if that's a placeholder or if that's going to be the actual proof of that whiskey, but a mesquite 105 proof version, kind of to go right up against Long Branch. That'll be pretty interesting. The only thing that Long Branch I still think has on that one is the scalability. Long Branch is everywhere. I don't think that Old Forester bottle is going to be a regular release, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know if that's a snake between the King Ranch. That could be the ranch's logo. Sometimes, you guys watch Yellowstone. Yellowstone has the Y. It's like King Ranch has this snaky, maybe W-looking thing. I have no idea. And then last but not least, when I reviewed this, where is it? When I reviewed this, the Basil Hayden Subtle Smoke. I said that Basil Hayden is releasing bottles and putting out new releases like Apple is putting out apps and computers and friggin' just, oh my God. This Basil Hayden will not stop. They will not stop. And to that end, we have Basil Hayden Red Wine Cask Finish. Artfully aged Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, partially finished in wine casks. So secondary finish in California red wine casks. This special release is ripe with cherries and dried fruit and notes of charred oak. So holy shit. I mean, the Basil Haydens just keep coming. They just keep coming. Jim Beam is just, here's our Basil Hayden. We're just going to keep making more of it and doing different shit with it. Basil Hayden obviously sells very well at the price point. Why, I don't know, but a lot of people love it. And they're just extending that lineup constantly. I don't know if that's going to be a regular staple like the ones we've seen, but it's crazy. So another Basil Hayden coming soon. Again, 80 proof. Holy shit. All right. I got a lot to catch up on here, guys. Poor man's well, it's red wine, not port. So Hazel Baden. Looks like flipped McDonald's archers. Oh, there you go, Jeff Boom. I get that. Yep. I might make barbecue sauce with that, says Keith. I don't know if I think he's talking about the Old Forester for sure. But yeah, it looks like Dusty Dan is either close or hit 2,000 subscribers. So cheers to Dusty. Good friend of the show. And yeah, when you have that 2,000 sub live stream, I'll be there, man. Looking forward to the Basil Hayden belly button lint. I'm sure that's coming next. I want that Old Forester King Ranch Screams Texas. Long Branch Screams, no thank you. Oh, Blind Squirrel's all in on it. All right, Blind Squirrel, I got you, man. Is it wrong for me to automatically disregard whiskey announcements involving the name Basil Hayden? It's not wrong. I mean, you like what you like. The Old Forester would be interesting. That is the same brand that worked with Ford for the King Ranch truck, and they have many lines of luxury goods. Okay, well, there you go. That symbol was a crown for King Ranch. Okay. So I think we have some Texas folks in here that are schooling us a little bit. I love it. 24 subs shy. All right. Can we get Dusty Dan to 2,000 tonight? What do you think, guys? Let's do it. Independent Joe, he already dropped the Dusty Dan link in there. Come on, just 24 of you if you could. Let's get Dusty to 2,000 tonight. It's a big milestone. Just click on the channel. He does great reviews. If you guys one of the best palates in the business, he's actually helped pick a few of the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club picks. So let's do it. Let's get him. Let's get him there. All right, Tarr, William W. Tarr, or yeah, old WM Tarr. So let's see here. This one. So I kind of pulled a quick bio here. William Tarr exuded confidence in the way a lamp gives off light. That's some marketing speak right there. He sold watermelons from a horse-drawn cart as a kid. Before leaving high school, he had the vision to turn the family farming operation into a sustainable ecosystem. Tarr rose to fabled railroad man and bourbon paramour, acquiring the Ashland Distillery, Lexington's first federally registered distillery, and taking it to bold new heights. So William Tarr starting the first registered distillery in Lexington, Kentucky. And here we are. Did we hit 2K already? Oh, shit. Dusty Dan. Congrats, man. You got it, buddy. Congrats, Dusty Dan, on 2K. Glad we can make it happen for you, man. That's awesome. Congrats. He's a really good friend, man. We've been talking, hanging out for a while. So, all right. So interesting. This Manchester Reserve 7-year. Let me put it up to the camera here. It's focusing nice and quick tonight. So there's Tarr. Nice, big, bold 7-year age statement here. Yes, Todd, this brand was started by the president of the Lexington Bourbon Society. 7-year-old age statement. This is a Bourye, so it's a blend. There you go. Man, you guys are amazing. Thank you all so much. Dixon Dedman assisted with the blending of the Tarr, and then maybe that's why it's getting some good traction from what I've heard so far. So interesting mash bills here, guys. Interesting mash bills. A blend, 75, 13 rye, 12% malted barley, and then the rye whiskey, 37% corn, 51% rye, 12% malted barley. Both of those mash bills are owned by none other than Wild Turkey. So I believe that this is Wild Turkey blended distillate. Not saying it was distilled at Wild Turkey. Campari does distill the Wild Turkey mash bill at various locations, or some locations, according to Rare Bird 101 and according to what I've heard through the grapevine. But from what I've heard, this is just Wild Turkey, the both blends. So rye. So let's try it here. Judging by my love of Wild Turkey, I should love this, but we'll see. Ooh. Oh, yeah, this is heavy vanilla citrus. Very heavy vanilla I'm getting here, like a vanilla frosting. Like almost on the verge of really sweet vanilla. Definitely some orange zest. Yeah, guys, this is 114 proof. Forgot that. 114 proof. And it cost about 70-ish bucks for this one. So, yep, congrats to Dan, man. All right. I love the nose of it. It's very cinnamon forward. A little bit of mint with that rye. A lot of orange spice and the cinnamon. And a lot of vanilla, man. This is kind of a vanilla bomb for me, at least right now. Let's try it. Oh, you know what? I do like that a lot. That's really good. Ooh. I'd imagine Dusty cracking open a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle, great-grandfather distilled for a 2K stream. Yeah, he might. Maybe next week for Pop 'em, Don't Watch 'em, 1K. How much is Pop 'em away from 1K? Where's he at? I like that a lot. All the orange cream, the rye spice, the finish makes this. The spice on the back end, which is very Wild Turkey-esque. The finish on the back of this is just delicious. Really sweet, very bold. Almost getting like this iced tea note, like a sweet tea. There's like a lemon orange thing going on along with the spice. It's not like super complex, but the flavors that it has are very bold and strong and very in your face. Man, that's good. I'm digging that a lot. Yeah, I'm getting like this sweet tea finish on the back end of this. Troy's at $9.50. All right. I feel like we have 332 in the chat right now. Only 50 of you need to sub to Troy to get to 1K. Now, if any of you guys love wrestling and whiskey, you definitely need to watch Troy's channel. So if you haven't yet, give Troy a sub tonight. Let's see if we can get 2 channels to 2 big milestones tonight, because that's what we do. Love it. No, it's not Nick Foles. It's not sugar honey iced tea. It's not like overly sweet at all. It just has this little punch of sweetness in the back end of it. I'm getting a little bit more oak on the front. And I'm definitely getting a little honey too. Maybe it's because you said honey, but I am getting a little bit of honey on the front too. Yeah, it's coming off like a sweet tea, but not like fake 4C sugar tea. Honey, orange, lemon, spice, good amount of spice, a little bit of mint on the back end. That's a really nice burai. That's really good. I mean, if any of you guys see this around you and if you're Wild Turkey fans and you like that profile, it's really good. I might need to compare this to Unforgiven, which is the actual Wild Turkey burai that they released. So we might do that a little bit later. But we got some other bottles to get to here. Let's pull up the dram cam. You guys can take a closer look at this here. So here's the dram cam right there. There's the Manchester Reserve. So there you see it kind of broken down. 7 years. There's the scary eyes of William Tarr. There he is. Let's come back down. 114 proof. There is a lower proof variant of this, but I'm guessing this is the one that you're going to want. Definitely check it out. Look for it because I think it's really, really good. Really good stuff. I'm a fan. And maybe because it is Wild Turkey, I'm a fan. I don't know, but I am digging it. Iced tea with Splenda. No, it doesn't have like that fake like sugary weirdness to it for sure. So, hey, what's up, Mojo Basin Bourbon? Yeah, A903 rocks. Don't bother with the lower proof. This is so much better. Yeah, I'm all about it. Batch A903. This is the shit right here. I'm a fan. This will get a full review real soon because it's really good. All right. Let's get into some of the ryes. I know you guys wanted to hear my thoughts on Hard Truth Sweet Mash Rye. So let's get into this beautiful bottle. Here we go. Now, I have taken one pour of this because I was too damn curious a couple weeks ago. Let's see here. Sounds like a winner. May have to check that Tarr. We'll see if it's in the Nashville area. Yeah, I would give that one a go. It's good. It's a nice mix of rye spice and sweet honey and just really delicious bourbon notes. Yep, we're into the ryes now, guys. It's rye time. So rye. So what do we know about this beautiful baby here? Located in Nashville, Indiana. So this is out of Indiana. Hard Truth Distilling Company offers a broad range of spirits from rum to high-aged source bourbon to in-house distilled whiskeys. This is their Sweet Mash Rye Batch 001. It's a 30-barrel batch that was distilled from 96% rye using a sweet mash and then dumped on October 14th, 2021. According to the company's website, the barrels used range in age from 2 to 3 years old. And I know Fred Minnick has talked highly about this one. 115.2 proof. Well, this one is actually 116. This is batch 2. So this is batch 2, 116 proof. Mash bill, 94% rye, 6% malted barley. So not your typical 95.5. We're going 94.6 on this one. Just a nice kind of a cool way to stand out. So I kind of like that. Let's see here. Only bad thing about the Tarr is Coach Stoops owns 50%. Yes, Kentucky. So Coach Stoops, actually, he has his own variant of the Tarr that's out. I think it's adorned in like a blue and white label. I haven't gotten a chance to try that one. Sorry, guys. America. I missed it. Let's see here. 30 more subs to get Popham to 1K. Come on, guys. 30 more of you. That's all we need. 30 more. And remember, if you're getting too many notifications and you're sick of all the notifications from all the channels, remember, you can subscribe and not have the notifications. So just give them a subscribe. Let's get them to 1,000, guys. Let's do it. All right. Yeah, so let's have the price on this. MSRP for this one is $70. So pretty nice color for a rye whiskey here. You can check that out. Nice color here on the rye. Now, sweet mash. What the fuck does sweet mash mean? So if you guys know the sour mash technique, it's pretty much the opposite of sweet mash. So sour mash is when you take back set from the last batch you did to use in fermentation, and you transfer that over to kickstart your other fermentation and give you a little bit more of a consistent flavor profile. It's the same way you make bread. You have your starter. You kind of use a little bit of that, and you kickstart it to make your next batch of sourdough bread. Sour mash works kind of the same way. Sweet mash is basically they're taking out that back set. They're not using it. So you're getting a full brand new run of mash without the starter to kick off your fermentation of your distillate. So what that does is, now there are a few big distilleries out there that do this already. Peerless, we know, does it. Wilderness Trail, we know, does it. And there are a few others, but Peerless and Wilderness Trail, the big ones that stand out that use the sweet mash technique. And they have always been given praise for how flavorful their whiskey is at a younger age. Obviously, their stuff is getting higher in age now, but when they first came out, everyone was saying how good their stuff was for the age. And sweet mash, I think, plays a good part of that. Also, other things come into play, as you guys know, like low entry proof and other stuff. But sweet mash is also a more expensive way of doing things because you have to clean out your entire system before you can kick off a new batch. Sour mash, you don't really have to do that. You can just kind of keep it going because you know it's going to be the same thing running through it. So, but sweet mash is also tricky because it's a little harder to keep things consistent. So that's why cleaning and getting that stuff cleaned out is so important in sweet mash, because you need to get everything as consistent as possible. It's a lot harder to do it with sweet mash rather than sour mash. So there you go. Ethan F said subbed. He better be good. He's definitely entertaining, so you'll love him. He's got a great palate too, Ethan. All right. So let's go into this sweet mash, this Hard Truth sweet mash rye. Let's get a little bit of a close up here. Ooh, it's pretty. It's a pretty bottle. Like I say, I know Fred Minnick had a lot of great things to say about this one. So let's get into it here. Holy shit, 15 more subs to 1K. We're almost there, guys. All right. This is a fruit bomb on the nose on this Hard Truth. Like apricot, peach, orange, hint of apple. Juicy fruit gum. That's what I get on this. It's all juicy fruit gum. Absolutely. What was the age on the Hard Truth? So the Hard Truth is 2 to 3 years old. That's it. So not a high age on this. But rye whiskeys, as you guys know, tend to do better at a younger age than bourbons do. So yeah, this is really fruity. Good, a little like nice punch of oak, not a ton of oak. This is more on the fruity sweet side for a rye whiskey. I'm not the only I guess familiar note I'm getting on here that would make me think it's a rye is the orange, but man, apricot. A little bit of that rye spice is coming through. A little bit of black pepper too. Pop Nut Watchman says, my last 2 reviews won't disappoint. Old Carter Batch 12 and JD Bond series. I'm very in your face and real. Yeah. If you want an honest review, Popham will give it to you. All right. Now more of the rye is coming through here. A little bit more of a medicinal rye type note. And that just might be playing into the youth a little bit. But it's still very fruity for rye. All right. Let's see if Fred Minnick is right about this one. Here we go. Ooh. I did not expect that. Ooh. That is good. It's actually good. I would agree with Fred on this one. Well, let me get a second sip in here. Wow. This is a tale of two different experiences on one palate. Front of the palate, all that juicy fruit, apricot, peach, orange, and the black pepper all hits the front of the tongue. It's still kind of leaving like a Pop Rocks spicy type thing going on here. But the back of the palate is all rye spice, a little bit of like that root beer note. Definitely some allspice, cinnamon. Man, for 2 to 3 years old, it's really good. And, you know, I mean, these guys are doing it all on their own. This is all their own shit. So, let me show you the back of the bottle here. I'm going to show you the back here. So, some more embossing here. It says, distilled with the finest grains and water. By Indiana Sweet Mash Pioneers. Love that. This is really good, guys. I mean, yeah, it's getting more orangey to me on the nose. Orange honey. It's good. Oh, I love the spice of it. I'm trying to think of all the ryes I've had this year. Man, this is up there. It's just a really flavorful, balanced rye whiskey. I mean, shit, $70 for this? Man, I think that this rye could probably take down some heavy hitters. Like if you buy, you know, I'm going to have to do a Pikesville double base episode to this. I want to see how this does against Pikesville. I think the spice would probably, I don't know, man. Or even the Michter's barrel proof rye from that standpoint. All right, we may do a couple of comparisons here a little bit later. But Hard Truth, big thumbs up for me tonight. This Hard Truth Sweet Mash Rye, if anyone is in Indiana, I don't know what their distribution is, but if anyone sees this and likes rye whiskey, just get it. It's really good. I'm just going to keep sipping this shit. Let me Bourbon Wrench says nerd alert. What's up, Trev, man? I miss you, buddy. Trev, I'm 2 months away from getting my new drum kit. It's coming soon. I cannot wait. 2 more months. 2 more months and I get my new drum kit. I cannot wait. Hard Truth for the win. Yeah, no joke. This is really good. There might be the slightest hint of youthfulness in it. Youthful characteristic. Now, for me, youthfulness comes through in like a little bit of a slight bitterness, but it's so fruity and spicy, you don't get a lot of it. But all in all, that is a fantastic rye whiskey. Wow. That's getting a full review. Holy shit, that's good. All right, I'm actually gonna keep this next to it because I do want to do a comparison there. And I think this was the William Tarr. Yeah, that was the William Tarr. So I'm gonna leave that here with that one because I might do some comparisons a little bit. All right. All right, what do we got here? Are you serious? We got popping to 1,000 right now too? You guys are the fucking greatest. We have two friends of the channel, Dusty Dan and Pop Don't Watch Him, hitting their milestones tonight, guys. Congrats to both of you. Love both of you guys, and I love the friggin' chat right now. You guys are killing it. 327 watching tonight, guys. What can I say? This is why this is the greatest community in YouTube. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Thank you so much for supporting everybody, guys. Congrats, guys. Really appreciate it. Congrats, Bourbon Bar. Appreciate the love. Big thanks to you, Jay. Hey, man, anytime. What can I say? Jason, I need to tune my wife's drum kit. No idea how. Guess that's what YouTube is for. Yeah, Adam, I could help you tune it whenever you're ready. Thanks for the support on my hubby's channel, says Mariela Galindo. Oh, absolutely. Marielina. That's a very pretty name. It's okay. I am not hitting on your wife, Big Vic. I'm just saying. But I do love this shirt. Dusty and Popham need to do a double milestone stream. I think the two of them together would be pretty epic. So, yeah, tuning drums can suck. But it's all about it's all about the whatchamacallit you're going for, the sound. So, yeah, Saucy Shane, absolutely. All right, so quick story. So for anybody that's a part of the Master Journey Whiskey Club, so funny story as it goes. Way back in the summer of last year, a Master Journey Whiskey Club, me and Scotty, we picked, along with some people in the chat, we picked 2 Peerless barrels. This one right here, the Strawberry Grooves, which is just a fantastic rye whiskey, and we picked a bourbon, which we named Apple Funk, because it had this appley, funky, dusty type of profile to it, and we loved it. Now, when these came in, the ryes became available, and we couldn't find the bourbon. So our distributor out in California, they get the whiskeys into the warehouse, and the RNDC has to deal with it, get it, all the bullshit that happens on the back end to get bottles where they need to go. Apparently, so bad news for the M&J family here, the Master Journey Club. The Peerless bourbon was sent to Louisiana, and Popham Don't Watch Him actually told myself and Scott today that our Peerless pick was sitting on shelves at stores in Louisiana, and they sold out. so our Peerless bourbon is gone. So I'm sorry to say, guys, but it doesn't look like we're going to get our Peerless bourbon, unfortunately. And I'm really kind of bummed about it because it was a really good barrel. So it's insane. And I could tell you that Scott sent me some photos. I think that Popham sent him of just us, or where is it here? Yeah, here it is. This is our Peerless single barrel. You guys can see that. You can see the Master Journey logo on the bottom of the sticker. So he's actually holding our pick in a store in Louisiana. So we're really upset that we're not going to be able to get these. It just sucks. We named it Apple Funk, and it actually has the barrel name on it. It sucks. Luckily, we are getting another Peerless barrel as a follow-up because of that happening, which just sucks. So yeah, I think Troy said, yeah, Blind Squirrel. Oh my fuck yeah, I was looking forward to that pick. Oh well, many more good ones coming. Fucking amateur hour. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of stuff happened behind the scenes that we don't have control of, but that really sucks. Yeah. Yeah, that seems to happen. Yeah, with all the picks that are happening, I'm sure it happens more. I mean, I've heard some pretty shitty stories out there, like even Rarebird 101. He had a barrel that was sent to the wrong group, I think, or the bottles were sent to the wrong store, and instead of questioning it, the store just started selling them. So just some really shitty stuff happened. Everybody knows the Crazy Nas story. There's some really shitty stuff that happens, with barrels and whiskey these days and bourbon, just because, everyone's so crazy for it. But yeah, apparently bottles of our bourbon picks have shown up here at Total Wine in Florida. Well, that's what I mean. And I think this is actually on Peerless. I think instead of Peerless sending it to California, they went to Louisiana. And whoever in Louisiana was wondering who these were for, nobody claimed them, nobody communicated anything. So they sent them out to stores in Louisiana. That's the story we got. Sucks. Four Roses, from what we've heard, that's still good to go. So the next big picks for the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club are the Old Forester, which we're calling the Old Hockster. So you'll see Scott's big afro picture on the back of that whiskey, and also the Four Roses. So we'll see what happens next. Also, for the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club, which I haven't announced yet, but we just landed a delicious Nulu port finished bourbon, and the port is a 7-month finish, which is the longest finish that Nulu has done. And the port finishes from Nulu are pretty rare, so we got a chance to grab one, and it is delicious. So we're going to be bringing a Nulu port finish cask strength bourbon to you guys really soon. So hopefully that makes up for it. For the lost Peerless, unfortunately. Really sucks. All right. There was one guy at the warehouse from Louisiana that decided to send his bro something good to sip on. There you go. Saved my wallet some damage, I guess, says Todd Ritter. Women of Whiskeys, yeah. I'm so sorry, Women of Whiskey. So the Davillars, who run Women of Whiskeys, helped us pick that bottle, and I'm sorry. But as a consolation, and also Joseph Brazo, who's in the chat, and also Will Henderson, who helped us pick those bottles. They got their rye, but they could not get the friggin' bourbon is gone. So, but I will get you guys the links for the Nulu when they launch as a consolation. So yeah, shit happens, unfortunately. Yeah, so many other M&J picks coming. So all right, let's go to one more rye before we hit the Blood Oath, which is the Catoctin Creek. Now, this bottle, America, this brand gets a lot of traction on Bourbon Pursuit. So if you listen to the Bourbon Pursuit podcast, there's always an ad about Catoctin Creek on there. And I've never had it. And I was in Kentucky, and this bottle was sitting there right in front of me. So I grabbed it. I'm like, you know what? I trust Bourbon Pursuit pretty much. And I thought, why not? Let's take a trip on this one. Yeah, Tim Gorgeous, exactly. We're going to get another shot at another Peerless barrel, hopefully maybe 2, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, I know Big Vic. Big Vic is 38 away from 200, and I'm 27 away from 200. If someone could drop our links. There you go, 5th quarter tailgate. Spread the love. Keep spreading the love. All right, Catoctin Creek Roundstone Rye. This is the cask strength version because that's the one I wanted. So here's Catoctin Creek. So a little bit about Catoctin Creek, guys. Let me grab it here. Let's see. All right. So Catoctin Creek was founded in 2009 by Becky and Scott Harris. First legal distillery in Loudoun County since before Prohibition. They're located in Purcellville, Virginia, in the heart of Loudoun Valley. Virginia is the birthplace of American whiskey, which it is. And at Catoctin Creek, we faithfully dedicate ourselves to that tradition, producing Virginia's most awarded whiskey, Roundstone Rye. So the name Catoctin is a regional name. The name derives from the Indian tribal name, which legend has it means place of many deer. So that's what Catoctin means. See, you learn a little something on the Mash and Drum every week, right, guys? So this is their cask strength version, $90. This is all made right there in Virginia. Locally sourced ingredients. So since 2009. This comes in at 58% ABV. So what is that, 116 proof? There you go. I could do math sometimes. This is a dark rye. Look at that. It's a nice dark color on that rye whiskey. All their bottles are adorned with the San Francisco emblem that they won, 2017 double gold. Has anyone seen in the chat? Did they release the winners for this year? I know they were picked, but I haven't seen the winners list for the San Francisco Spirit Awards for 2022. Anybody see those yet? Is it all bullshit, or did they pick some good ones this year? M&J Peerless pick to the moon. Let's see here. All right. All right, let's go here. Next up, guys, we're going to be doing the big dog here, the Blood Oath. The Blood Oath is coming in next. This has been fun, guys. Really, really glad to be back tonight. I had a nice vacation, but it's good just to hang out with you guys again. Really appreciate it. And I'll be back to creating some new content this week and this weekend. So be on the lookout for some new videos from me in the next. I might do a full review of that packed number 8 probably by Friday, and then next week back to my regular schedule of videos. So if you guys have missed me, coming back, or if you guys were sick of me, I'm still coming back. Let's see here. It's got a gold label, so you know it's good, says Horses and Bourbon. It does. It's got some gold on it. So this is a much more raw rye, grain-forward nose. This is like rye bread, spice, cardamom, man, there's like a minty, peppery, almost like basil, like fresh basil I'm getting on here. That's from my Italian roots. Bread Marquette, I missed you, Jason. It's okay. Jason, I may be able to get quite a few of the Peerless. Just don't know how many we would get it to you. So pop in and watch them. If you get any of them, please let me know. I would at least like to get the folks that help pick it a bottle before me. So if you can at least get 3 bottles, so we can get 1 to Will, 1 to Joseph, and 1 to the Davillars, let me know. I don't need a bottle. I have plenty of shit. But if we can get the folks that help pick it a bottle, then let me know. I really appreciate if you can just search around, or if you have your network of guys in Louisiana to try to find some more of those, let me know. I would appreciate it. Yeah, not fresh basil Hayden, that's for sure, but fresh like basil, like actual like the fresh like chopped up basil, because basil's a little bit peppery, for sure. Man. Yeah, and pop them. I'll buy them for them, so don't worry about contacting them. Whatever bottles you find, let me know, and I'll buy them for them. Yeah, this is more of a raw rye type of flavor profile. Let's try it, guys. Ooh. Yeah, this is the hardcore root beer, rye bread. Like, is this a pot still? Because it's got a hell of a mouthfeel on this. This is also non-chill filtered. I don't know if I remember if I mentioned that. Yeah, so copper pot stills. Nailed it. This is so creamy on the mouthfeel. Ooh. That is a rye whiskey not for the faint of heart. If you like Kentucky ryes, sweet Kentucky ryes, that is not for you. This is a rye drinker's rye. It's raw, it's grain forward, it's punchy, it's spicy, it's a little bit chocolatey with that like root beer float note in it. It's really good. I enjoy that. I like that type of a rye whiskey every now and again. But if you like more of the sweeter ryes, then this probably would not be your thing. But for those of you out there that like it, it's almost along the line of like American single malt. It's got like that really like raw quality to it, a little bit of a smoke note to it as well. It almost drinks like a Texas whiskey. It's got like this funkiness to it that I don't mind, along with the creamy mouthfeel. I mean, this is a rye whiskey that I would enjoy. I would like it from time to time. I don't think this would be for everyone. But the cask strength version of this, I'm really enjoying right now. So for most of you, I'm not sure. Rye drinkers are hard to peg because there's a lot of different rye drinkers. I like a sweeter one, a spicier one. This one might be more of a try before you buy for most of you, at least from my standpoint, because it is a very distinct flavor profile. It's a little bit more oak forward, a little bit more earthy, grain forward, but very good. Super, super creamy mouthfeel. It's almost like overly like creamy. It's delicious and from that standpoint. But this might be one you want to try before you buy. But for me, it's really good. I mean, I don't think this would be a favorite for everyone though. It's not like the William Tarr where I would say like everybody try it. I think this is more of a try before you buy. But it's real. I'm enjoying this one. I don't mind it. Craig, no, this is the Catoctin Creek. The Hard Truth we tried, and I love that one. The Hard Truth is more of a universal rye that I think a lot of people will love. This is more of a try before you buy, I think, for most folks. But I'm digging that one. It's really about your palate and how, like, I could tell you if it's good or not, but you know, I'm not gonna. You guys know how I review. It's not about. I could tell you if I like it. I'm going to tell you if I like it. I'm also going to tell you if it's bullshit. But if I like it, it doesn't mean that all of you are going to like it. So I try to describe it as best as I can, the flavor profile, because it just might not be everyone's jam, even though I like it. So, and that's where I think that Catoctin Creek might fall. All right, the big dog. Let's get some water here before we go to the Blood Oath. The new Blood Oath Pack 8. Big Vic is now at 166 subs. Very nice. Danny's Candy's in the house. Hey, been lurking for a number of years. Love your videos. Having some Catoctin Creek because of Bourbon Pursuit. Really want to know your thoughts on Blood Oath 8. Have 1.7, need 8. It's about to start right now, Danny's Candies. Here we go. All right. So let me... All right, let me get to the stats of this baby. So the new Blood Oath Packed 8. So we have a green label. So if nobody has seen this one yet, there it is. Doesn't actually. It's a pretty dark green, but it looks kind of green. It kind of matches the shirt I'm wearing. Actually, it's kind of that. There you go. There's the green. There it is. So Packed 8. Of Blood Oath. So this is Lux Rose annual release that people go bananas for. America. Let's get a little bit of that poured. Now, the blend in this bottle. Let's get into that. So we have another combination of whiskeys. 14-year rye bourbon. Well, rye bourbon, so that means not wheated. 14-year bourbon, 11-year bourbon, and an 8-year bourbon finished in Calvados casks that were blended together to form this release. All right, what the fuck is Calvados? Calvados is an apple or pear brandy from the Normandy region in northwestern France that is distilled from cider and aged for a minimum of 2 years in oak casks. So that's why there's a green label here, because it's kind of a throwback to either the apple or the pear. It's kind of pays homage to that type of finish that's in it. You have an allocation total of this of 5,100 bottles, 1,400 of which will be held for a future trilogy pack release. So good amount of bottles out there. Let's see here. So 98.6 proof and $120. Here is the beautiful wood box that it comes in, just like the others. There you go. Pack number 8, 2022. Woo, fancy. All right. Yeah, price is $120 for this bottle. That's retail on this one. So all in all, $120. You're getting a blend of 14, 11, and 8. I think that's a pretty good value for $120, honestly. And you get a box with it. Sometimes you pay extra for the box, but you're getting a decent packaging, you're getting a nice bottle, and all that for $120. So if you can find it for $120, sometimes this gets marked up like other bottles because it is seen as a limited release. Then that sucks. Let's see here. Yeah, free kindling. Exactly, Bose Wine Guy. Free kindling. JG says the M&J High West is awesome too. Yeah, that Mash and Journey High West Grape Ape is crushable. I think you just sit there and sip that thing all night. It's delicious. All right. Friends got 2 cases in North Carolina yesterday. Store had everyone trying for the Buffalo Trace Blantons and not paying any attention to the Blood Oath. Crazy. That's generally what happens. Way older bourbon here, as we know. So like I said, Calvados cask finish on that 8-year, which is a pear or apple brandy from the Normandy region of France. So the older bourbons in this are not finished, but the youngest one is. Very similar to what we saw with the Sauterne finish last year and the Cognac finish the year before. So it's a very similar type of process that we see that John Rempe using at Lux Row. So let's see. Here we go. So honestly, I'm not getting any of the apple pear stuff on here at all. Let me see if there was a, let's see here. Yeah, 98.6 proof, $120. Okay. There might be a slight apple note on here, but it's faint. What you do get, though, you get some very rich oak. You get all the 14-year older bourbon notes, which I like. I mean, why not? Just deep, rich oak, a lot of caramel, heavy, heavy vanilla. There's definitely some baking spices on here. I'm not sure if it's coming through as cinnamon or something else, but there's something very sweet in here. There's a butteriness to this as well. I'm not going to go as far to say butter pecan or even butterscotch, but there's like a brown butter thing going on here as well. Adam Hinson. Yeah, so the nose right off the bat, guys, this is more of an aged bourbon nose. So you get the oak, you get the sweet oak. There's nothing off-putting about this. There's no bitterness. It's sweet, it's dark, it's rich, a little bit of smokiness, maybe a slight hint of that pear. Now at 98.6 proof, I'm expecting this to be a little bit softer. We'll see. Cheers. Hold the phone. That had a finish on it I did not expect at all. The finish is spicy, like really spicy in a really good way. And the apple pear note that you get is all on that finish with that spice. All right. Second sip. Yeah, the apple and the pear are starting to come through more. I think it's more apple than pear, honestly. I think it's just more apple. But it is very... I did not expect that type of spice from a 98.6 proof bourbon. It's got all the dark characteristics that you would expect from a high-aged bourbon all up front. Like I said, the oak, the caramel, the sweet, the heavy vanilla. But yeah, it's a spicy meatball on the back end. It's a spicy fucking meatball. But with the spice comes all the apple. It's like someone took like a caramelized apple and just dusted it with a crazy amount of black pepper. And the spice is lingering on this one. This is way more interesting than the Sauterne finish from last year. The Sauterne finish to me had no finish, which was a big disappointment. This, though, has a finish. It's good. This is a really lovely balance of high-aged whiskey, high-aged bourbon, a lot of sweet, some good oak, some chocolate, finishes with a really nice spice, just enough apple to not overwhelm it. Sometimes you hear apple brandy, you get a little bit scared, but the apple is there. So if you guys, if any of you watching do not like apple or do not like that type of flavor in your bourbon, then you probably want to avoid this one. But if you do like apple, kind of like a baked apple type of note in your bourbon, that'll do it. And the most interesting, the best part of this whiskey is the finish on it. The finish is what keeps it interesting because the front of the palate at 98.6 proof, it's got a lot going on, but it drinks a little bit thin. It's not as like mouth coating as like, say, the Catoctin Creek. It does come through a little bit thinner, but once it works its way back, it's all spice and flavor. The mid to back palate on this is what makes it. If the front of the palate was all it's had, then I would say skip it. This is a really nice release, though. This is really good. Let me compare it here real quick. So my favorite one in recent years of the Blood Oath was the cognac finish, which is right here, which is the 2020 release. So here's the 2020 release. So let's do a quick comparison here. Let's see here. Big question, is the 120 worth getting over an Ezra Brooks cast strength or Rebel cast strength? Well, I mean, that's a good question, Adam, but it's a completely different experience. You can't really compare. Remember, the Rebel and the Ezra, those are 5-6-year-old bourbons. I mean, you're looking at a 14, 11, and 8-year blend. I don't really think you can compare. Yes, for the price, they're great, but you know, when you're looking at the ages in these whiskeys, it's a little bit of a hard comparison here. America again. All right, so let's throw the cognac one in here. I'm getting low on that bottle. One of my favorites. So the difference here is on the cognac one. This is pack 6. You could smell the cognac in the glass. On the pack 8, you don't smell as much apple. You smell mainly the aged bourbon on this one. Let me try the cognac one here. Oh, the cognac one is good. But the cognac one is heavy cognac, whereas this one is just enough of the apple to make it interesting. And Nick Foles, if you can go back to 2017 and stock up on one allocated whiskey, what would you pick? It's a fucking good question. Probably for me, and man, it's a really good question. 2017. When did... I'll tell you what, if I went back a little bit further, I'd probably scoop up every Elijah Craig barrel-proof pirate bottle I could. Every single one. When did they start? 2011, maybe? Yeah, that would probably be it. If I could just go back in time at any point and scoop up as many of a certain bourbon I could, it would be those old school 12-year Elijah Craig barrel-proof pirate bottles. I would get every single one I could of those. And I would have multiples because they're that fucking good. Easy. Yep. Yeah, the 2017. I have a 2017 Elijah Craig barrel proof, which is really good. But if I could go back and there's one bottle I would get that I would scoop up and just stock up on, it would be those old 12-year Elijah Craig barrel-proof pirate bottles. There's just nothing like them. They still impress me today. Absolutely. Popham says, Jason, working with the distributor right now. He's going to see tomorrow if they can get what is left sent back. There's over 11 cases in the system still. Can't promise, but he's going to work on it. I appreciate that, man. Just keep me posted. Marshall Copeland, if you had to pick what's the best rye of all time, Booker's Rye. Booker's Rye. I've been lucky enough to get 2 pours of that rye whiskey, and it's, I mean, you hate to say that it's as good as advertised and as people try to get that thing, but that rye was life-changing when I tried it. It is so fucking good. So damn friggin' good. Another one I would put up there actually is the first Lot 40 12-year cask strength. That was another rye whiskey that was just legendary. The Lot 40 12-year cask strength rye from a few years ago was epic. That was a delicious rye whiskey. Kentucky Owl Batch 1, I would probably put up there too. That's a fantastic rye whiskey. And actually, last year's Thomas H. Handy, that 6-year Thomas H. Handy was probably one of the best ones I've had. So those are probably my favorites. If I could think of favorites, those are probably my top. Not to mention that Michter's Fort Nelson 115 proof barrel proof rye that I have is right up there too. Those are probably my top 5. Yep. Let's see here. I have a 2016 Pirate Bottle. It's one of the best pours I have. Yeah, Gary, you're speaking my language, man. Those 12-year Elijah Craig barrel proof Pirate Bottles are some of the best bourbons that were ever made. You know, Pappy Van Winkle, fuck that. Keep it. Give me those Elijah Craig barrel proof 12 years. It will kill any Pappy any day of the week. I don't give a shit what anyone says. That's the 15, the 20, and the 23. They kneel before the Elijah Craig 12 Pirate Bottle barrel proofs. It's not even close. I don't give a shit what anyone says. So this cognac one is good, but the Pact 8, with that finish on it, way better finish than the cognac one does. This might be my new blood oath favorite here. This is really good. I would say if any of you guys have a chance to grab this at retail, I would grab it. As long as you're not scared of apple type notes in your whiskey. If you don't like apple, then stay away. But this is a really good whiskey. It's got the best parts of the age of a really good aged bourbon, and then also the best parts of the finish. It's just enough to make it interesting, but the finish is what makes it. I guarantee that if any of you guys have this and try it, you're going to be very surprised at the finish that this has for a 98.6 proof whiskey. So there it is. So let me do, let's see, it's 10:50. Let me do one more comparison before we sign off tonight, which is, I wanted to put the, I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna grab the Burai, the Unforgiven from Wild Turkey, and put it against that William Tarr. Oh, let me put this back in here real quick. Let's see here. Yeah, nothing better, Karen. I agree. All right, so let's, yeah, this is pretty delicious. I'm very surprised by this. So that'll be my next review. All right, let's get this one over here. Okay, let's get a new glass. All right, so I'm going to bring back up the William Tarr here, guys. Let me pour a little bit more of this. And let me grab the Unforgiven. Don't fall. Don't fall. Haha, I thought I was going to fall. Hey, what's up, everyday drinker? Nice to see you. Whiskey Mountain says, I won 2 Jack Daniels single barrel barrel-proof ryes in state lottery. Gave trade away, but oh damn, Whiskey Mountain. Why'd you trade them? Come on. Darrell Stewart says they finally fixed the cork on those blood oats. I broke a few of the old ones. Yeah, they finally did fix them. Yep. The A122 was fantastic. I loved A122 Elijah Craig barrel proof. It was really, it's good. It's really good. Look at this. You say Wild Turkey, and look who shows up. Rarebird 101. So Rarebird 101, we're talking old WM Tarr, which is supposedly sourced from Wild Turkey, which is a Burai, so it uses both of the Wild Turkey mash bills. And we're going to test it against the Wild Turkey Forgiven, which is their Burai release. And but this one is only 91 proof, unfortunately, so it might lose out just some proof, but it should be a pretty interesting comparison here. So this is batch 303. So here it is, guys. Here you go. Wild Turkey Forgiven. Ooh, man. The noses here are they're close, but the vanilla in this old WM Tarr is no joke. This has been sitting in the glass for a little while, and it's just all vanilla cream cheese frosting. Wow, very, very sweet. I'll say it again. Blend some rare breed bourbon and rye. Oh, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Do I have a bottle of the rye down here? I don't know if I have a bottle of the rare breed rye down here. That might be upstairs. But that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that on the full review of this one. That's a good idea. Yeah, I like that. Jason, did you see Bourbon Junkies didn't like the A122? Really? They didn't like it? Oh, that's interesting. I'll say this. The A122 had a little bit more of an oak presence than other releases that I've had. Maybe that's what they didn't like about it, possibly. I don't know. So, yeah, generally I don't always agree with the Bourbon Junkies, and I think we just have different palates. Some of the stuff we do agree, but for them, yeah, A122 for me is not. Yeah, I really liked it. But I liked the older oak funkiness to it. Maybe that's what they picked up on that they didn't like. So I don't know. Blake Benson, Jason, great live stream tonight. When ADHD is blend drops, if you say I'm up for a road trip down, if you're interested, you can drive to Cincinnati, and I'll drive the rest of the way down to Barstown. I'm sure Whack will come too. I'm up for that if you guys want to go. Blake, Whack, and me in the car. That might be a good time. Mr. Whiskey Shit says I wasn't a huge fan of A122. So Whiskey Shits, what didn't you like about it? I'm just curious. Was there a funky oak note you didn't like? Because that's the thing I think that stuck out about it. To me. A122 faux show. A122 is better than A121. I agree. I totally agree. Junkies probably had that Taco Bell before having A122. I don't know about that. All right, let's take a sip of this one. The Wild Turkey Forgiven has that sneaky spice in the back end. It's got the orange, the citrus, the zest. Then it's got that sneaky finish that comes back right on the very end. Even at only 91 proof, it does bring a nice little finish to it, which I like. But man, this WM Tarr on the nose is an absolute vanilla orange bomb. I thought it lacked sweetness, so I agree. I think that it's a little bit less sweet. It's more oak forward, I think. And I think that, again, that's just going to depend on your palate, what you like. I like it because I like that funky Elijah Craig oak, and I felt like the A122 was a little bit of a throwback, so I enjoyed it. But I could see why people wouldn't like it, though. Maybe that's what the junkies picked up on as well. Yep. C9120 was the last good bottle they put out, unfortunately, says David Rich. 920. My favorite Elijah Craig Barrel Proof of all time in the new style bottle, I'm talking about the new bottle that we see now, is the C918. The C918 is the greatest Elijah Craig Barrel Proof of all time in the new bottle shape. I will say the B5, the B520 and the C920 got close, but that C918 is that's the bee's knees right there. Yeah, this is delicious. This old WM Tarr. Next time I see these, I'm buying like 2 more bottles of this shit. That's really good. All right, guys. And this Wild Turkey Forgiven. I forgot how like really nice and easy to sip that is. It's really good. See, Karen B4 degrees. C918 is the best. Yep. David Riss says, I agree with that. There you go. A122 has a lot of ethanol on the nose. B520 and C920 are my faves. See, and that's the thing. Like, so I reviewed the Larceny A122, and I know there are some people that liked it, but I thought it came off youthful on the palate. It drank very hot. It was very youthful. A lot of people liked the flavor punch of it, but I thought it lacked complexity as a wheated bourbon. I didn't think there was anything special about it. It was a high proof Heaven Hill bourbon. It tasted like Cracker Jack peanuts. There was nothing weeder about it to me at all. It was high proof, high alcohol flavoring. Like I could taste the alcohol in it. I thought the Larceny A122 was bullshit, but some people liked it. Really all depends on your palate. I think Larceny Barrel Proof B521, C921 that's the direction I wanted to see Larceny Barrel Proof go. The newest one that they just released, the A122, I thought was shit. I thought it went back to the first 4 releases that I hated. And I just, we'll see, what B522 tastes like, but I did not like it at all. Yep, did not like it at all. Master Drum, what would you think if Wild Turkey Rare Breed Burai was the thing? I think it'd still do well. I mean, well, according to the new Master's Keep, that's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get a Burai with the Master's Keep. The new Master's Keep for 2022 is going to be a Burai blend. So, unfortunately, it's not going to be an extension of the Wild Turkey product line, but we are going to get a chance to taste an ultra-aged, higher proof Wild Turkey product from the new Master's Keep. I'm not crazy about the name of it. Unforgotten, it's called, which is a little weird. And I know Rare Bird has some Master Drum, Forgiven Batch 302, compared to 303, big old. Yeah, Rare Bird, you know I read your stuff, and I totally get that. This is the only one I was able to ever see or find. I guess once the Wild Turkey secret got out of how good their stuff is, I was on the hunt for this, and a buddy of mine found this. I grabbed it, not caring what batch it was. I just wanted to try one. But yeah, if you have a sample of 302, I mean, I'd love to try it. But yep. Yeah, uncreative, says Rare Bird 101. I totally get it. Rare Bird, I know I owe you a sample of the Wild Turkey, my cheesy gold foil. I will get that to you this week, I promise. It's just been crazy for me lately. So we'll definitely do a live stream soon. I definitely miss doing some live streams with you. So we'll definitely get together soon. I'll get you a sample. Appreciate that, man. Lost Monarch at cask would be, for a Burai. I think we're going to see that soon. I know they're releasing a Pipe Dream cast strength and a rye. I'm not sure if they're doing the Lost Monarch, but if that Lost Monarch comes out as a cast strength, that can't be bad, I don't think. Yeah, let's do it, Rare Bird. And we got to sip your picks on the stream as well because they're fucking epic. Rare Bird's, Russell's picks. And by the way, I'm going to be down June 1st? I'll be at Wild Turkey doing a pick. Hopefully I'll get to meet David Jennings the day before or something. We got to definitely connect on that. But for the Master Journey Whiskey Club, we're going to be picking a Kentucky Spirit and a Russell Reserve single barrel for the Master Journey Whiskey Club. It is 11:02. Women of Whiskeys is about to go live. I think they're talking Larceny Barrel Proof tonight. So why don't you guys go head over there. I want to say thanks to everyone that tuned in tonight. It's great. It's really, really great to be back. Look out for a bunch of videos coming out real soon at the end of this week and next week for Blood Oath and some other crazy bottles, the Jack Daniels, and some more stuff. So really appreciate everyone hanging out tonight. Hope you learned a little bit of something tonight and got to get some insight on some great bottles. Really appreciate it. If you haven't thought about it yet, please join the Master Journey Whiskey Club or just join my Patreon to get access to all of our bottles. Thanks to all the Patreons. Thanks for supporting Dusty Dan and also Pop and Don't Watch Them and hitting their milestones tonight. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. I will see you over on Women of Whiskeys in the chat. Cheers, guys. See you next week right here on the Mash and Drum. Glad to be back. Cheers. Love all you guys. Take care.